You're lying on the couch. The afternoon light slants through the blinds. Someone's hand hovers over your ribs. You know what's coming. You tense, you giggle before they even touch you. And when they do, you explode into laughter. But here's the thing. If you try to do that to yourself, same spot, same pressure, same fingers, nothing, not even a twitch, you can't tickle yourself. And you've probably never thought about why that is. But the answer is not about your fingers or your ribs. It's about a ghost in your brain. A ghost that predicts your every move before you make it. And that ghost is ancient. It's been with you since before you were human. Think about it. Close your eyes and reach for your own side. Run your fingers over that sensitive patch under your ribs. Feel anything? Probably not. You might get a mild sensation, but it's flat, dull, unremarkable. Now imagine someone else does it. Suddenly it's unbearable. Why does the same touch feel so different? It can't be the pressure. It can't be the speed. It's the source. Your brain knows who is doing the touching, and it treats that information very differently. Here's where it gets strange. In 1998, a neuroscientist named Sarah-Jayne Blakemore and her colleagues at University College London decided to test this very question. They built a simple robot. The robot could poke a participant's hand with a foam-tipped rod. The participant could also poke their own hand. But here's the twist. The robot could be programmed to delay the poke just slightly, a fraction of a second. And when they did that, something wild happened. People started to laugh. They could tickle themselves when the robot introduced a tiny delay. A delay of just 200 milliseconds was enough to turn self-touch into something that felt foreign and hilarious. That experiment changed everything. It proved that your brain doesn't just react to touch, it predicts it. Every time you move your hand toward your own body, your brain generates a precise forecast of the sensory feedback you're about to receive. That forecast is called a corollary discharge. It's a copy of your motor command sent to your sensory areas as a warning. Incoming signal, but it's us, ignore it. Your cerebellum, that little cauliflower-shaped structure at the back of your skull, is the master of this prediction game. It compares the actual sensation with the expected one. When they match, the sensation is dampened, silenced. You feel almost nothing. But wait, why would evolution build such a strange mechanism? Why bother suppressing your own touch? Wouldn't it be better to feel everything? Not exactly. Imagine if every time you scratched your nose, you jumped. If every step you took sent a jolt of surprise through your feet, you'd be a nervous wreck. Your brain has to filter out self-generated sensations so it can focus on what matters, things that come from outside, predators, falling rocks, a friend sneaking up on you. That filter is what lets you walk, eat, and breathe without being constantly overwhelmed by your own body. And that brings us back to tickling. Tickling is a special kind of touch. It's unpredictable, light, and often on vulnerable spots like your ribs, neck, or feet. Those areas are rich in nerve endings and they're hard to protect. When someone else touches them, your brain can't predict exactly where or how. That uncertainty triggers a cascade of signals. Your hypothalamus, your amygdala, your somatosensory cortex all light up. You laugh, you squirm, you push them away. It's a reflexive defense. It's your body saying, "This is unexpected and potentially dangerous. Get ready." But when you do it yourself, the corollary discharge cancels the surprise. Your brain knows exactly what's coming. The touch is predicted, so the alarm doesn't ring. You feel a dull pressure, nothing more. That's why you can't tickle yourself. It's not a failure of your fingers. It's a triumph of your cerebellum. Yet there's a darker side to this story. The same predictive machinery that stops you from tickling yourself also helps you distinguish your own actions from those of others. That's crucial for social interaction. It's how you know you're the one who moved your arm, not someone else. But what happens when that system breaks down? Some people with schizophrenia have a diminished corollary discharge. They can't reliably predict their own actions. They may feel like their movements are being controlled by an external force. They may hear their own thoughts as if they were outside voices. This isn't just a theory, it's been measured. Studies using brain imaging show that people with schizophrenia have reduced suppression of self-generated sensations. They can sometimes tickle themselves. That's not a superpower. It's a sign that the ghost in their brain has gone quiet. So think about that. The very thing that makes you immune to your own tickle is the same thing that keeps you grounded in reality. It's a delicate balance. If the prediction is too strong, you ignore too much and miss external threats. If it's too weak, you become hypersensitive and confused. Evolution has tuned this system over millions of years, and it sits right at the edge of what's functional. Now here's the counterintuitive twist: that inability to tickle yourself. It's not a glitch, it's a feature. It's a survival adaptation that has saved your ancestors countless times. Imagine a prehistoric human walking through tall grass. A sudden brush against their leg could be a predator or just a breeze. If they reacted to every self-generated rustle, they'd waste energy and alert prey. But the corollary discharge lets them filter out their own movements, so only unexpected sensations trigger a response. That's why you don't flinch when you blink. That's why you don't hear your own footsteps as a threat. Your brain is constantly building a model of the world, and part of that model is you. You are predictable. Everything else is not. And here's the kicker: you can actually fool your own brain. Remember Blakemore's robot? With a 200 millisecond delay, you could tickle yourself. That means the prediction only works when the timing is exact. If you use a mirror, if you swap hands, if you have someone else mimic your movements, you can create confusion. Some people can tickle themselves by using a device that moves after they do. It's a reminder that your sense of self is not a fixed thing. It's a constantly updated prediction. When that prediction breaks, you become a stranger to your own body. So the next time you try to tickle yourself and feel nothing, don't be disappointed. Instead, take a moment to appreciate the ancient machinery at work. That flat, dull sensation is not a lack of feeling. It's a sign of a well-oiled brain. It's proof that your cerebellum is doing its job. It's proof that you have a robust internal model of your own actions. And that model is what lets you walk through the world without being overwhelmed by yourself. But wait, there's one more layer. Why do we even have tickling at all? Some researchers argue that tickling is a form of play, a way for social animals to bond and practice defense. Young primates, for example, tickle each other constantly. It's a safe way to learn about vulnerability and trust, and it only works when both parties are engaged. If you try to tickle someone who isn't playing along, they won't laugh. They'll flinch or get angry. Tickling is a dialogue. It's a negotiation between two nervous systems. And when you try to do it alone, you're not in dialogue. You're in a monologue. Your brain knows there's no other partner, so it switches off the laughter. So tonight, when you're lying on the couch and you absent-mindedly run a finger along your own ribs and feel nothing, remember what that means. It means your brain is smarter than you think. It means you are a self-predicting machine, honed by millions of years of evolution to distinguish you from everything else. It means that the ghost in your head is exactly where it should be, and it's keeping you safe, one suppressed tickle at a time. Now try it one more time. Reach for your own ribs, press gently. Feel that dull,